The cause: it's unbelievable that my spouse did this. After 3 years, my husband had an affair when I had terminated mine. When we were in love, everything seemed perfect, but after we got married, I never stopped feeling alone, unloved, and unimportant. For the sake of advancing his career, my spouse relocated to another nation. He was content with his new location, had made close friends, and was living his life. I sent him a ton of texts and emails because I was missing him so much, and he occasionally responded. When I woke up, I would wait for his call. He would give a 5 to 7 minute phone call. He has never uttered "miss you," but he would always respond with "miss you" to any honest texts I sent him. After that, I stopped messaging and emailing him. I never asked him why I stopped, and he never even noticed. I began to think that he was not in love with me. At that point, I became aware of how much one of my male friends cared for me, valued me, and provided me with pleasant company. I had feelings of being wanted, adored, and even like a queen. I began to fall in love with him, and we were in a relationship for 18 months. Golden age. We even shared 6 sexual encounters. My partner in the affair was really interested in sex, but I wasn't keen on having sex. My lover partner wanted to divorce his marriage since he was in love with me and tie the knot with me. He asked me if I would marry him one day. I felt burdened and guilty. I detested my behavior and disliked who I was. I was sorry for his wife so much. Following telling him about it the day following, I assumed responsibility and went to meet my lover's wife at her home, telling her everything about me save for his proposal of marriage. Enraged, she threw everything she could find in that room at me, called me and my family names, dragged me, and practically threw me out of her house. I let her have at me, doing anything she pleased, since I deserved it. I was prepared to die, too. In front of her, my lover came running up to me and proposed marriage. That's when I saw her cry terribly. I was really sorry for her and felt awful for her. I detested who I was. My lover was heartbroken when I decided to prioritize my husband above us. In 2012, I ended the relationship right there. For years, I apologized to her by email, then I stopped in 2016. With each response, she would let her anger, disdain, and hatred run wild. After meeting my affair partner's wife and ending the affair, I still feel bad and owe her a lifetime apology. My spouse came home after 2 days. Unexpected guest appearance. I told my spouse, and I was ready for divorce or death. He would have hit me and called me all the dirty insults in the world. I deserved it, but I was unable to respond with words or to look into his face. I requested a divorce from him because I believed it would offer him peace and justice. He insisted that he still loved me and that our child needed a mother and refused to file for divorce. After a week, he accepted my apology and we moved in together, traveled together, and began sharing a house. After 3 weeks of suffering, he recovered in 5 months. I couldn't stand to watch him suffer as a result of my self-centered behavior. Every time I considered the pain I had caused my spouse and the wife of my affair partner, I felt like throwing myself into a fire. I ruined their joy. 8 years have passed since I ended my romance. I still feel bad about it. I continue to pray for the contentment and tranquility of my partner's wife. Over the previous 8 years, I've frequently felt bad, expressed regret, and thanked my spouse for accepting me back. After my affair, my married life miraculously returned to normal 6 months later. Even in the worst of circumstances, my husband never mentioned this. However, he remained the same. Despite sharing a roof, I still felt alone, unwelcome, and without company. Even if our connection was meaningless, I had given it my all, and body to my spouse, maintaining my deservingness of his affection and faith. I was experiencing gratitude. Up until recently, when I learned about his infidelity, we were living a great life together. I never, ever checked my hubby's phone. When my phone's battery died 3 months ago, I took advantage of his phone, without his consent, to record a video of my young child. In the living room, the husband was watching television while the second child, born in 2016, sang delightfully. I nearly fainted when I saw the several films of a woman giving you know what in his collection. Additionally, there were 4 videos. I had eyes I couldn't believe. I wanted the ground to split open and engulf me whole. I had inside tremors that damaged every aspect of my femininity. I shuddered and cried uncontrollably as I rushed to the bathroom. After 3 years, I finished mine and he began. It's unbelievable that my spouse inflicted this onto me. To me, he was the embodiment of pure love. I cracked up. For the past 4.5 years, he has been having an affair, and during that time, I have felt both thankful and guilty. I felt foolish. The first and final thing I ever kept a secret from him was my affair. He didn't even try to come clean about his liaison. If he had confessed, he would have thought that I would kill myself. I can't accept his betrayal, even if he says he's left her and will always be faithful to me. He pledges to never act in such a manner again, to stick by me, and to be a decent father to the kids. How will I ever get along with this liar? What made him accept me in the first place after my affair? Pretend to be forgiving. He was capable of divorcing me. He claims that although it wasn't retaliation, he caved into temptation out of passion and avarice. Because of issues I encountered during my pregnancy, we were unable to have sex for 9 months. Might it be the cause? He did view a lot of porn, but since I had committed adultery, I was in no position to tell him no or correct him. Now I feel like an idiot. How could he deceive me while I carried his child? When did I start feeding his baby? While, even after all these years, I was still feeling guilty. Because he accepted me, I was appreciative and worshipped him. As I bemoaned my isolation, he has always told me that even if he isn't as expressive as I am, he still loves me and would always be by my side. He described us as perfect soulmates in a marriage. He was content no matter what. I was the only woman he had ever known, he insisted repeatedly. Why, therefore, would he increase and return my misery to me? For 56 films from each encounter over the course of a half-year affair with his colleague, a full-on romantic relationship. He claims that although they were together for sex, they never loved one another. I constantly have suicide thoughts. I'm not even close to acceptance or forgiveness, but he's apologizing and asking for another chance. I just can't accept it. The videos are playing in my head all the time. I'm angry as well as depressed and stuck. Is it better for me to stay alone and end this marriage? If I leave, what will happen to my kids? Since I'm a dependent housewife, if I go, I have to start over. Story 2. I never imagined that I would be the one getting this. The first thing to note is that we are not wed. Our 4-year partnership lasted. This week, after learning everything, I put an end to it. There has been one. About 8 months have passed since I left the United States, 5 years ago. She has been telling me all along that she has been residing at a friend's family home. That is what took place. We did practically everything together and spent almost every day together before joining. Each of us had strong sexual desires. She would come see me whenever she could, and I would come home for the important holidays. I assumed that because we weren't having as much sex as we formerly did, she had stopped finding me attractive. Just before we did it, she wouldn't be as moist, and I started it most of the time. She told me about her supervisor, who she considered to be a weirdo, and how he had always harbored feelings for her. When I was in the United States and she paid me a visit, she would pursue me to return her phone when I would playfully take it. Though I wasn't too concerned about it, I couldn't help but feel like she could be attempting to hide something. When I finally asked her what she was hiding one day, I discovered that she was messaging him almost daily and had once referred to him as babe in a discussion. When I challenged her, she told me it was a stupid thing they had done. He had dubbed her a babe, and she had just gone along with it. I asked her if she wanted to end it when I finally left the United States since I didn't think long distance would work. She demanded that we remain together. I gave her the option to end our relationship or keep it open. She said no, fearing that I would start seeing other people and that we would never be able to reconcile. I begin to see photos of her hanging out with this guy in our friend circle on Facebook and Instagram. I start to feel anxious. He's just a really wonderful friend, she says. I've noticed that some of the Instagram photos have geotag at his residence. I looked up his address. She informs me that she occasionally watches his kids when I question if she ever visits his place. And I say, hey, why? It's extra money, she explains. She travels to see me when I'm away for a week. We seem to be doing well right now, in my opinion. I took part in the game where I took her phone and carried it about. She is in a desperate attempt to retrieve the phone. Thus, I repeat the same action on a different day, and after using it for 5 seconds in the restroom, I discover that she has received numerous messages from him and that she has spoken with him via FaceTimation during her stay. I was able to access her Facebook account after she departed by guessing her password. This guy has been messaging her on Facebook, asking her why she left. Perhaps she is not who he believed her to be, he muses. In this communication, she is lying to him rather baldly about why she left, claiming that I am her ex and that she only ever saw me once when I invited her out. I had no idea how to handle this. It appears that she is still contacting him while traveling. I forward his message screenshots to her. She apologizes profusely, insists that nothing happened, and admits that she misled him. She agrees to avoid him when I tell her to. Ultimately, I give up on it because I believe that I might be really paranoid and that I might be suffering from dementia, until I notice that she is circling him once more in photos. He just so happened to be there, she informs me. I also learn that he and her are attending the same party another time. There is a party at a friend's house, she tells me. He shares a photo of them together at the gym. He was just there, she claims, at the same moment as her. I begin questioning her about the true situation. She lies to me and says there is nothing. I check the location on her phone and she's at his place. She tells me that she simply went there to hang out for a little when I question her why she was there. She arrives at his residence the following day as soon as she finishes her overnight work. She's been sleeping there for a while. Why was she there? I ask her. She claims to have fallen asleep while watching TV and hanging out with him on occasion. I finally can't stand it any longer. I message a male buddy of mine who I know frequents the group. He informs me that she has been living with the guy and that she has been lying to me the entire time. When I challenge her, she disputes this. When I look closely at the party photo she was at, I can make out images of the guy and his children in the background. I approach her and persist with my questions until she eventually admits. She claims to me that she has no choice but to live there. I questioned her about why she never informed me of this or included me in the choices. I believe she is lying still. I message the guy and tell him that's all I'm looking for. He informs me that she has been residing there for the past 10 months and that she tells him that she loves him. They have also had sex. She says she only wants to be with me, yet she admits to everything. I'm not perfect. During my stay here, I have had sex with 2 ladies, but it hasn't been an emotional relationship and hasn't meant anything. After the first, I stopped interacting socially because I felt so guilty. This is what I told her. She has lied to me about everything, therefore I was delaying marriage since I didn't think we were ready. I feel like this is my fault, but I also feel like I don't know her. I always assumed the best about her and never felt the need to worry about her. I ought to have spent more time with her. I read over my texts from the moment I left and realize that she might have been asking for a lot around the time she started seeing him for sex. In the past, I offered for her to move in with me. She won't give up on anything, though. She feels afraid. We had sex when she came to see me, and she then returned to living with him. She claims that they were silent for a fortnight. She informed me that they hadn't had sex in a month. She adds that they have just been living together since the summer. Thus, the dust is currently settling. I want her to come over here, but I still want to be with her. Am I crazy? What is wrong with me? Though I was thinking that I was being foolish and taking her for granted, I had thoughts in the back of my mind that I still wanted to see what else was out there. Since I learned of it, she has not visited his home. This weekend, she is spending an hour and a half at her family's house because one of them is critically ill and on the verge of passing away. We have a very close relationship. I advised her to inform her father what had occurred. Thus he can assist her in getting everything out. I don't believe she can handle this on her own. She claims that because of the person she is there for, it cannot happen immediately. She also claims that I am the reason she is so angry with me and that she is staying put to be closer to her family. I apologize for the incredibly lengthy post. I've been wondering why she took this action. How was she able to accomplish this? What we had was quite unique. Every single falsehood that she spoke, she told me because she thought I would disappear. I have no idea how her mind could have become so deranged that she could have accepted that. I'm not sure how or why you're able to be with 2 individuals. I suppose that's why I want her. I want what we had. I may have taken our relationship for granted until this bombshell was dropped on me, but I can't imagine my life without her. I didn't spend much time with her. I was at blame for that. Before the lengthy distance, everything was ideal. She would have been the best friend and lover I could have asked for. Shay tells me that I'm the one she's always seen herself spending the rest of her life with, and I still adore her. The main query is, why can't I just let it go and proceed? Why do I still adore her? I want to work on this with you and I want to fix us. I have to give it my all, even if it will take a long time, if she is prepared to put everything on hold and come work with me in person. How do I get this to work? I am also aware that we are not wed. To have the same responsibilities or pledges to one another, you don't need to be married. She's only a girlfriend, and given how people treat marriage these days, I've been delaying getting married myself. The value of marriage has diminished. Remarks, it seems like you have nothing to lose by attempting to sort things out with her distance. If you wind up squandering an additional 6 months of your life, you must be young. She also comes out to be a pathological liar and serial cheater. You are capable of getting well quickly, but if you can avoid it, you should avoid wasting your time on someone who keeps lying to you. I don't know much about her, but if you do give her another chance, just be cautious and don't take any nonsense responses like I just met him at the mall or he just got invited to the same party as me. Make every effort to avoid getting her pregnant as well. I would also advise against being overly fixated on keeping track of her whereabouts. Don't let it take over your life, but indulge in it occasionally. And dump her if she exhibits any indications of infidelity. Don't mention that you are keeping an eye on her. Just go ahead and do it. If she breaks your terms, modifies her passwords, pretends to be somewhere else, or sees another man without telling you, just let her go. Spend no more breath trying to reason with someone who is lying. From now on, you will be able to tell that she is cheating because she is so skilled at hiding her tracks. When it comes to hiding it, she doesn't seem particularly smart, and I don't think that will change. While you were apart, you wanted to have a more laid-back relationship, and although she initially indicated she didn't want to, you both did. Anyhow, why had she lived with that guy for such a long time? She appeared to have the option of living with her parents or a friend, but she decided to live with him. Why? The respondent says, I don't send her money because she's under financial stress, but if she can't find work, I'm willing to pay her bills while she lives with me. If I marry her, my job will allow her to travel for free wherever I go, which will solve a lot of our issues. I'm not claiming that we will get married very soon. We'll work through our issues together, and if we reach a place where we can genuinely trust one another and are happy with one another, I might pop the question. Because she wants to establish herself first with a career, Edith is also tired of living with me. All of this is really taxing. The main issue she has is that she is unwilling to return home. She has a strong sense of independence. Despite everything that has happened, she stated she is willing to move back home. Remarks, another liberated man. There are many of us out there, so don't feel horrible. Life, however, is not like the movies. The notepad. You are aware of who wrote the material. Some smart folks who understand how girls swoon over that kind of stuff and make their partners accompany them in watching it. The lover sighs in resignation and asks, "Please, tickets to The Notebook," although he is fixated on the Let's Blow Some Shut Up movie poster, which features firearms and punching people in the face. As you can see, you believe you know what women desire. They are looking for that kind guy who will battle for their affection and drool over them. In any case, in defiance of all odds, she is avoiding her creepy employer at work, who treats her like a piece of garbage while forcing her to sing opera in the sack in the meantime. I mean no disrespect, but that's the reality. See, you can have a wonderful gal and yet be a kind guy, a faithful one. However, you can never be a kind person and put your women above all else. That only contributes to the issue you're facing. Set strict limits for yourself. Stop being a nice person, be assertive about your values, and know what you want. There are lots of women in the world who will work well with you, within and beyond the sack. The one you have now is damaged. When you approach it from the outside in, it's actually not that difficult. You just feel like you're in the box right now and that's all. If you could just see them, there are tons of amazing women outside that box. Opus, it's evident from her conduct. She decides on the on. For a few years, I was in a relationship. We had Ireland on our itinerary. She got my passport, my clothes, and we worked out our schedule. When I called her the previous evening, her mother informed me that she and her girlfriend had gone for Ireland that morning. She told me a falsehood. I was inconsolable. My father took my ticket and used it to get a Club Med holiday. I could make choices because of what he did. My girlfriend learned that I was attending Club Med from my parents when she got home. It surprised her. She claimed it was a misunderstanding and that she was unable to tell me the truth when I got home. Though I should have learned my lesson by now, no. I then leave for the military. 9 months without a trace. She paid me a couple of visits. We really missed one another. I was hurt and had to go home early. I thought it would be great to surprise her because she was unaware of it. I imagined my shock upon seeing her with one of my closest friends when I paid her a visit. I was inconsolable. I walked out. I returned the following day to talk to her. She and 2 of my other friends are out back. She was flirting with both of them. Everyone heads inside. I was furious. I learned that she was hitting 5 of my closest friends, including my best friend, within a week. I handled business with each and every one of them. My girlfriend still desired a marriage to me. You have no idea how miserable my life would have been if I had chosen to be with her. I didn't talk to any of them after that. She doesn't respect you, so I think you should take the hard choice and never talk to her again. You're capable of much more. Opus replies, we decided she would cut him out of her life and spend the entire weekend with her parents. We reached an understanding that she wouldn't discuss his date to a wedding and that she would keep her phone's location feature enabled. Apparently, he was her date to the wedding, which took place last night. She also disabled the location feature on her phone. You really don't want to be with me, I told her, and continued to claim that she did. When I finally told her that I knew he was going to be her wedding date, she didn't say anything. Should I continue to have face-to-face conversations with her during my holidays at home? Shall I offer that to her? I'm ready to cut off any communication with her. My advice is to never talk to her again. Why place yourself in this garbage when there are so many other people out there? Did you guys find these stories of retaliation amusing? Please leave a comment below, subscribe, and bellow, and get